Hello everyone and welcome to another replay commentary. Today we do have a match from April of 2007 and this was a ladder game between two American players. Here on the left spawn position in red is ShrieK, the human player, starting with Altar first, and his opponent on the right spawn position, the pink night elf, who does not start with an Altar first. He starts with Moonwell and I'm guessing an Angel of War down here pretty quickly, so Tavern Hero built here by him. StrifeCro, who despite his Chinese family background is, as far as I know, an American citizen, mostly known for being Xlev's 2-on-2 mate, and together with him he was part of this pretty impressive 2-on-2 team which made a lot of stuff work against seemingly superior players. But yeah, as a team they were able to take down a lot of top tier players, a lot of top tier 2-on-2 teams. And yeah, actually StrifeCro not very much of a solo player. At his teams Delta, RS and KOD, he was mostly used as a backup for one-on-one. And he quit competitive Warcraft sometime in 2009, but he kept on playing once in a while with his mate Xlev under his nickname level 80 Gnome Mage, and eventually he switched to StarCraft 2 with Xlev, and nowadays he's one of, as far as I know, one of the best American Hearthstone players. So late Altar, as just mentioned by him. So we're gonna see a Tavern Hero, which is most likely gonna be either Dark Ranger, Beastmaster or Panda, everything possible on Echo Eyes, just because creeping the level 3 early on with Ancient of War support is extremely easy for Night Elf on this map. ShrieK, on the other hand, is getting a Mountain King first, which, especially keeping in mind that this is still rather early 2007, is extremely uncommon. ShrieK was one of the players who did it more often though, and it seems like he's not pulling Militia. He's gonna head straight across the map towards the Night Elf base, where the Altar and the second Moonwell are finishing with perfect timing at exactly the same time. Dark Ranger first here for StrifeCro, the most common choice, I would say, just due to the fact that there are tons of tiny creeps available here, which are all gonna turn into skeletons. But with this Mountain King heading straight across the map, I think the Moonwell placement is gonna affect the early game hugely here. Because usually what you're gonna wanna do with a style like StrifeCro does is spread these Moonwells down here, just to have them available while creeping down here to these archers, because right now with the Mountain King being there, one archer really unfortunately timed for StrifeCro gets caught on the way. Because usually you're gonna wanna have these Moonwells around, because right now one bolt on an archer that isn't next to a Moonwell is gonna equal one dead archer, and that happened twice now already. And yeah, that's just due to the fact that StrifeCro didn't spread his Moonwells here, and even though this is early 2007, I think this was still that was already a thing back then. So it seems like, yeah, strategically StrifeCro is being caught on a bit of a wrong foot right here. Let's see, the Mountain King still has mana for one bolt, so StrifeCro is gonna have to continue being careful. Maybe he should pull these two archers back just a little bit. Okay, looks like he's gonna go for this ensnared footman right now. It looks like that's gonna cost him one more archer, but one more footman is gonna go down as well. Tech has already started for the Night Elf as well as for the human. He's getting defend in the meantime, but yeah, with this early tech, it seems like he's not gonna take the fast expansion. So with this aggressive style with the Mountain King, actually doesn't really matter if it's with the Mountain King or an Archmage, for example. There's two possible ways to play this. And StrifeCro knows about this as well, that's why this Scout Wisp is down here. There are two possible ways to play it. This is played either the way ShrieK is playing it right now. By the way, soon one more bolt is going to be available. Either the way ShrieK is playing it right now, which is just attacking straight to tier 2, or get defend upgrade and use 1 or 2 footmen together with a couple of militia, 5 or 6, to take the natural expansion. Just kill the Ogre Magi first, because afterwards there's only gonna be piercing damage remaining from the 4-star trappers, and that's gonna be not much of a threat to defend footmen. So with this style you can, if you want to, take the fast expansion with your hero being on the other side of the map, keeping the Night Elf busy, trying to fend off the human harassment. But ShrieK decided not to play this way, but he still had a rather successful early game, killing 3 archers if I counted correctly. Yeah, 3 archers and 1 wisp. And staying at almost the same experience as his opponent's hero, which is the Dark Ranger, which is extremely creeping heavy in the early game, usually until level 3 is reached. So tier 2 has finished for StrifeCro. 1 Agent of Law, 1 Agent of Wind, so it seems like we're gonna see Archer's Talents here, together with a Panda second. And let's see, ShrieK has taken quite some damage on a couple of footmen, so StrifeCro could take this middle spot if he wanted to. Yeah, he is. Don't really see a lot of sense in getting aggressive against the Mountain King and defend footmen with only a couple of archers right now. So he's creeping this one, and ShrieK is, yeah, he's getting ivory towers now. He's also towering up his base, so I'm assuming he's not gonna use those to do a tower push, but an tier 2 expansion, Paladin second for him, which is gonna be a help because of the healing obviously, but with Bolt, Holy Light against the Dark Ranger, he's obviously also gonna be able to do a lot of damage, especially if he gets like level 3 on those heroes. The Mountain King yeah, isn't gonna be too far off level 3 after this creep camp anymore. And the Scout Wisp from StrifeCro is gone down here. I'm not sure what happened to this one, but with Archer's Talents, he is definitely gonna have map control right now, especially with ShrieK investing into tier 2 expansion. But at the same time, okay, Wisp is coming in here, so he's now gonna see this. He starts creeping his own expansion right now. Yeah, he's gonna have map control, but at the same time, he's not gonna wanna let those towers get up. Now he scouts it, because if he lets them get up, he's not really gonna be able to break it, I think, because he's not gonna have a Demon Hunter to tank here. I mean, the Panda is gonna be able to tank to a certain extent, but as soon as he moves Dryads or Talents, let's maybe just check here. Yeah, he's still tier 2, he's getting Dryads, first Talents out as well. As soon as he moves Dryads or Talents inside the tower range, those aren't gonna last very long. So I'm curious how he's gonna wanna proceed here. At the same time, he's getting his Tree of Life here behind the forest. Not scouted so far by ShrieK, but he might scout it soon with his Footman and Paladin and Mountain King. He is level 3-2 right now. He found a lightning shield at the shop. I'm rather surprised that he didn't just sell it immediately and invest into something that could actually be useful. Yeah, maybe he can use it now until Dispel has finished researching, and yeah, he's just dancing around a little bit with his heroes, killing 2 archers here, and now he's gonna have to get out of there though, because he's not gonna be able to do any more damage. Did he see this expansion? He did not. So yeah, he's gonna be a little bit in the dark about what's gonna happen here. Mountain King and the Paladin are being chased here, and an Ancient of War, well, that one isn't gonna come up. Yeah, Dispel used, Divine Shield used by the Paladin as well, and the human should be able to pull back inside his towers. Expansion is now up. Still tier 2 upgrades are being researched right now, 35 supply against 37. And at the same time, I think the base is closed here, so there should be one entrance between this farm and the main building, which is a rather nice building placement here by ShrieK in my opinion, because these towers are not gonna be threatened at all, especially since the Panda still only has level 1 breath available. So ShrieK should be able to defend his main base here extremely easily. At the same time, another Ancient of War coming here in the middle, so it seems like StrifeCro is really willing to get aggressive here. So a little fight starts, the Dryads aren't gonna do a lot of damage against these defend footmen, and at the same time it seems like ShrieK is just gonna try and kill the main damage dealing units, which are the Talons here. He's got all but one of them. One more bolt available, so if he wants to, yeah, and he does want to, he can just take down the last Talon here. One more Dryad in a bit of trouble. StrifeCro not microing at all here. At least this Dryad. And at the same time, he is not gonna get this around on this Mountain King, so this one should be able to pull back inside his base. And as just mentioned, with those nicely positioned towers, I don't really see StrifeCro breaking in here. So despite the fact that he has the better army at the moment, he shouldn't be able to do too much. But then again, his expansion is going to start running soon as well, so he doesn't need to deal a huge lot of damage to this human base. But he's still tier 2, still investing into Dryads and Talons and Glaive Throwers. And at the same time, Blacksmith coming here, one Arcane Sanctum, second one has already finished. And I don't really see this working. StrifeCro with another micro bug. So he's doing a bit of damage, but the problem with those Glaive Throwers is that against towers they don't do a lot of damage, because siege damage against heavy armor and against the buildings, yeah, this isn't really gonna be useful at all, because ShrieK can just repair with his peasants, and he already has one masonry upgrade, which was way stronger back then than it is nowadays. He's already getting the second one. His heroes are moving across the map. Keep in mind that he still doesn't know about this expansion, but so I'm assuming right now he's just gonna head like over here and to try and cancel a possible counter expansion, but that one is already up. At the same time, workshop coming, so we're gonna see some breakers here. I'm guessing a couple of priests and mortar teams. Mortar teams are gonna do a lot of damage to everything StrifeCro has on the field right now. So now the expansion was scouted. ShrieK, yeah, gonna march into this main base here. He's gonna see the tier 2 main building, and that's gonna make him quite happy, I'm assuming. Yeah, as you can see, this isn't doing a lot of damage. In the meantime, level 2 masonry upgrade has finished, which gives about 200 additional hit points to this Arcane Sanctum and some armor. And 2 more wisps being taken down as well. So I'm assuming StrifeCro still with the superior army. ShrieK now heading back. Let's see if he's gonna buy something or not. No, he's not buying anything, but he's getting his first casters, he's getting his first mortar team. I'm assuming as soon as there are like 2 mortar teams out, he can he can just try and take a fight and chase his opponent away from this expansion. But this is extremely safe, and I don't really see the point in StrifeCro overcommitting here, since they both are on equal income. I don't think he needs to. So yeah, one of the breakers is being caught here by the Night Elf army and killed.
I smell magic in the air.
But in the meantime, ShrieK, supply-wise, he has caught up. 2 mortar teams are out right now, and as mentioned, they are going to be able to deal a lot of damage. 1-0 upgrades on those is already finished, and StrifeCro is just trying to keep the pressure up. And let's see if ShrieK is already gonna move out against this army. It seems like he's willing to. Sorry, and yeah, maybe it's a little bit too early. He's trying it anyways, kills one of the huntresses. Quite some stuff is low HP from StrifeCro already. One of the Glaive Throwers goes down, second one is taking quite some damage here. The Panda might get surrounded. And Divine Shield has just run out on this Paladin, so he needs to take care. Steph is on the Dark Razor, so I don't see this Panda falling, so ShrieK maybe with yeah, pretty bad decision here. The Paladin falls to Breath of Fire. Steph is available on the Dark Ranger, as just mentioned. So the Panda gets Stepped out. The Paladin actually dies here. And ShrieK is going to be able to push his opponent back. Nevertheless, another, what was it? Archer, I think, just went down. Another Talon is going to fall as well. And right now, StrifeCro should finally realize that there is no point in keeping the pressure up, at least right now. ShrieK, in the meantime, has taken his time, has already started going for tier 3. And where is he gonna go? I don't think keeping or doing counter aggression right now against an expansion with 2 movers doesn't make any sense, especially since his second hero has died. So he's just gonna go to the other side of the map and creep his opponent's camps away. Tome agility only for him, sadly. At the same time, StrifeCro also takes some time to get some more experience on his heroes. And he is finally going tier 3 here, doing the tech switch to bears, getting a second Ancient of Lore. So yeah, that's more like what you're used to see and what you want to see. And these glaive throwers, well, he's gonna be able to kill the altar here, but I don't really see this being too useful. But then again, the glaive throwers are completely useless now anyways. He's just using this one to scout and see what's going on inside of the human base here. Yeah, little weird kind of suicide, but if it, for example, had scouted triple Griffin Aviary for him, that obviously would have been a huge help information-wise, but it didn't. But at the same time, ShrieK is able to take away another creep camp from StrifeCro on his side of the map. Actually, the biggest creep camp StrifeCro has available. So that's kind of a big deal. Found a Ring of Protection plus 3 here. Not great, and even decides to use the town portal. Yeah, but look at all this low HP,
Our warriors have engaged
low HP breakers.
Upgrade finished.
So level 4, almost 3 for ShrieK. He's got a couple of breakers, mortar teams, 1 priest only. And yeah, both the players staying rather passive right now. ShrieK has still a lot of creeping to do on his side of the map. So yeah, he managed to get some nice creeping done here. His paladin is gonna get level 3 as well. And he still, as just mentioned, has those 2 creep camps remaining. StrifeCro probably just found out that this one is already gone. Didn't even scout this one so far. And finally, one of the players is getting to the shop. Let's see what he's getting. 1 heal scroll on the Dark Ranger. Actually, he has a lot of gold. He could get, yeah, the 2nd heal scroll as well. And ShrieK, yeah, still seems to be afraid of fighting. He doesn't go to the shop at all. He just continues his own creeping. Maybe he should put the paladin away just to get this MK closer to level 5. So tier 3 has finished. Still no tier 3 buildings though. Well, actually there are no tier 3 buildings for the human, but still no Griffin Aviaries though. And the Ring of Regeneration for the Mountain King. Paladin has one as well, so I'm assuming that must be the item he found at his mercenary camp. So really passive mid game here. Now StrifeCro realizes that all his creep camps are gone. I think except for the screen camp, the entire map has been crept now.
Job's done.
So let's see if this Mountain King is gonna find a Tomo experience here. No, it's not. And this Hippogriff should die just due to the superior movement speed of the flying machines, or just to another bolt of the Mountain King. Yeah, another bolt, and now level 5 for the Mountain King, and that should be bad news for the Stark Ranger. In the meantime, Chimera Roost, actually 2 Chimera Roosts for StrifeCro. And chimeras can definitely be a nice addition against this human army. I'm not sure about the double chimera roost though, because you don't wanna produce too many chimeras against human, because as long as this panda is not level 5, ShrieK can just get, like, let's say if StrifeCro has 5 chimeras here, ShrieK can just get like 15 flying machines and kill all of the chimeras in like 5 seconds. But having like 1 or 2 in addition to the army can really help a lot. But yeah, we'll see how this is gonna go. These both the players are giving each other a lot of time to form the armies they want to. So ShrieK is at 80 supply right now. See if he's gonna go into high upkeep anytime soon. I'm assuming he won't. And he has been so scared all this time. He doesn't have a single heal scroll. Blood Mage third, by the way. He doesn't have a single heal scroll against this panda, and I don't think he's gonna get one right now. Yeah, he has to use Divine Shield and head back. In the meantime, both of the Rings of Regeneration were given to the Paladin. Obviously, he is the hero without any opportunity to heal, except for items. So yeah, a lot of flying machines available. 2-1 upgrades already on those, 2-0 on the mortar teams, 0-1 on the breakers, couple of priests as well with master upgrade, level 5 3-1, 1 staff of sanctuary for ShrieK. And yeah, he just killed a couple of peasants just to have as many flying machines on 80 supply as he possibly can. At the same time, 100 supply, or 99 for StrifeCro, who's getting 2 more chimeras. Third attack upgrade being produced right now. He's on 2-1, he's gonna be on 3-1 soon. But then again, I'm curious how long these chimeras are gonna last against the flying machines of ShrieK. The Edge of War from the middle, I'm assuming, also marching towards the front. And StrifeCro, as soon as this 4th chimera reaches the army, I'm assuming he's gonna go for the push here. You can already see the splash upgrade of those mortar teams working here against the tail end. It's still not a single heal scroll for the human player here. The hippogriffs are actually gonna be killed first. He's getting a good angle against this blood mage and he immediately goes down. So ShrieK with some sloppy micro to start the fight here. Level 4 for the panda, Breath of Fire should come in against those flying machines soon. The chimeras are not really under a lot of attack. Okay, now he's attacking those chimeras. The first and second one have already gone down, but TP has to be used by the Mountain King. And let's see, 2 chimeras surviving for now, but yeah, with those copters repositioning, he's immediately getting once again a good angle on those chimeras, and the copters have done their job, even though they have gone down. Now at least most of them, the chimeras are down as well. So in the air the human won, but on the ground he's not doing very well. Dark Ranger also level 5 in the meantime. Let's see, the Mountain King still a little bit away from level 6. But he's getting a good angle down here. Despite the way superior amount of ground units, StrifeCro cannot really do a lot of damage to those human units right now. And actually the Lightning Shield is more or less of some use right now. Actually not of a very great use. Paladin needs to take care here, Divine Shield used. And it seems like ShrieK is still going to be able to defend this with only his heroes and a couple of breakers. Yeah, another Sorceress is coming out, so with some nicely used slow, he should be able to hold this. Blood Mage is now back as well. I'm assuming he's got the Banish first, just to help him with the nuke against this. Wow, that was really unfortunate. If it was an accident, just to help him with the nuke against this Dark Ranger. Wow, look at the amount of mana on this Paladin. So I was just thinking, why did StrifeCro TP? But I'm assuming it was because the Paladin just reached 65 mana and Banished Bolt Holy Light against this Dark Ranger, which was at about 2/3 of her hit points, might have been deadly. So yeah, Banish went on the Hippogriff here instead of one of the heroes, just because the Hippogriff was flying right across. I think it was the Panda. At the time the Banish was casted, so maybe it was an accident. Maybe it was the intention of ShrieK, anyways. So yeah, he held this for now. He is down to 47 supply, almost level 6 Mountain King, almost level 5 Paladin, still level 1 Blood Mage, and a couple of casters. And now he does get double Griffin Aviary, again 2 Chimeras available, and the Panda is now level 5. So right now the Breath of Fire, together with one more hit, would kill a flying machine. So I'm assuming that's why ShrieK wants to switch to Dragonhawks against those Chimeras. Still 3-1 only, so no more defense upgrades for the Night Elf player. And the main mines just run out, as we heard. No, actually the Night Elf main has run out quite a while ago, and it's heading across the map in direction of this bottom left position, so he potentially wants to take another expansion here if he's able to break this. So Breath of Fire goes into those casters, not doing a huge lot of damage. Silence. Oh, it seems like he missed the Dragonhawks here, so both of these Chimeras are still shackled. Banish Bolt goes on the Panda here, but immediately countered by a heal potion. The Blood Mage has to pull back. So far, the Paladin was always forced to use his Holy Light defensively. So as soon as these heroes will be at yeah, more health, I'm assuming he's gonna go for Banish Bolt Holy Light on the Dark Ranger, but still he's gonna be able to use his Holy Light on the Mountain King this time, probably, or the Blood Mage, because both of those heroes are taking a lot of damage. Blood Mage, wow. I think this bash on the Panda just bought the Paladin enough time to do Holy Light on the Blood Mage. So another breath on the MK here, Holy Light once again, another bolt on one of the bears, has taken that one down, and the next kill, which is gonna be this Sorceress, is gonna give level 6 to the Dark Ranger. Not enough mana to use Charm at the moment though. Next Banish Bolt secures another kill for the human player here. And that's also level 2 for the Blood Mage. But there's not really a lot of stuff left for the Night Elf player. And now Banish Bolt, Holy Light, 30 HP remaining on the Dark Ranger, anti-magic potion used. Yeah, no bash, no clap available. But the Dark Ranger, I'm assuming, is gonna fall anyways, except if the Panda gets her staffed. So Silence misses the MK, but he gets the kill anyways. Thanks to the Boots of Speed and just a regular hit. Well, if StrifeCro hadn't tried to silence the next bolt, would have secured the kill on the Dark Ranger anyway, so I'm assuming there was nothing StrifeCro could have done better. And this bear is gonna fall as well. Same story for this bear. If he had tried to change into bear shape, he would have slowed down his own movement speed, and therefore he would have also died anyways. So this Tree of Eternity here might be able to kill a couple more peasants. Okay, looks like he's running towards the forest. I'm assuming the Tree of Eternity is gonna fall anyways. And the Dark Ranger is being rebuilt right now. Obviously the Charm is a huge help, but this Dark Ranger, as we just saw, is so fragile to Banish Bolt Holy Light. So Tree of Eternity is now gonna fall. ShrieK doesn't really have a huge army left. 3 sorceresses, 3 heroes, 1 priest. Does he have any air units left? I'm wondering. I don't think so. He's getting 1 more Dragonhawk right now. The Tree of Eternity now falls. Still 2000 left in here. About 1000 left in this mine. So both the players are soon gonna run out of gold income. At the moment it's 38 supply against 49. Already 2 anti-magic potions on the Panda. I'm assuming he's gonna give one of those to the Dark Ranger as soon as she comes out. Not sure what the bear is doing here. Oh, and invisibility used by those sorceresses who are also masters, so in theory he could even use a polymorph. Invisibility used on those human heroes. There is still one heal potion on the Paladin, one one Staff of Sanctuary on the Mountain King. And he might just get in a good position around this Dark Ranger and then try to do the nuke and snipe her out. Actually, the army of the Night Elf player doesn't look so bad here. Yeah, around the Moonwells there is no sense in revealing yourself. I'm assuming, yeah, he's not revealing himself yet. Maybe now would be a better time. But then again, with the Panda and the Staff of Preservation nearby, the Dark Ranger would again survive at about 30 hit points, and then he could just staff her out. So this push might be quite a threat to the human player here again, even though he does have those nice heroes. And he actually decides to go for the Panda. He's immediately draining most of the mana away from him. Silence is now going on all three heroes, and that is gonna force the human player to move back here. But just by draining the mana out of this Panda, he immediately took a lot of the momentum out of the Night Elf player's push, and he's even pulling back to his own Moonwells here. The Charmed Sorceress, is she gonna get to the Moonwells? Nope, she's not. ShrieK is putting a lot of effort into making sure there is no slow available to his opponent. But then again, level 3 Bolt just instant kills human casters, so those are not really a big threat to ShrieK. But then again, ShrieK is out of gold income, and he has 2 sorceresses remaining, as it seems. Another bear, yeah, is gonna fall to this Mountain King here. He is charging after him with his boots, and Bolt secures the kill. And yeah, gold income is also gonna run out for StrifeCro soon, and ShrieK actually invested in a tank here. And he's getting a second tank as well. He's down to 98 gold. So all he can do right now is sell items. He once again has these invisible heroes around the Night Elf army. But with 2 tanks, if he's really going for base kill with 2 tanks, that's gonna take him quite a while. Keep in mind that this is 1.21, so by passing the staff to another hero, he can get around the staff cooldown. Once again, Banish Bolt, Holy Light, and Staff on the Mountain King should make sure this tank survives. He does get the tank staffed here. And actually, Silence accidentally went on this invisible Paladin here, so he's unable to use Holy Light on this Blood Mage. And yeah, that was some nice accidental silence on the Paladin that secured the kill on this Blood Mage for StrifeCro, and at the same time gets his Panda closer to level 6. So one of the tanks has to roll back here, staff pass to the Paladin, just as I mentioned earlier, to get around the cooldown. So both the tanks should hang around the human main base here. Both of them are being healed right now. At the same time, 3 Dragonhawks have been produced as well. Paladin with a level 2 Divine Shield is easily gonna get away here. And I'm curious if StrifeCro is just gonna go straight for base kill as well. I mean, he's got some nice damage output with those bears and with the Breath of Fire against buildings, just as well as his opponent. But I think those tanks might still be ahead in the long run, especially since if ShrieK makes no mistakes, it's gonna be really hard to get those tanks killed. So 50 supply for ShrieK. I'm wondering when this peasant died. Maybe he killed one of his own peasants to get more resources for selling items. Did he sell something? Not sure actually. Maybe he sold something to get his Blood Mage back. And before doing that, killed his own peasant just to get more resources from selling whatever item he may have sold or not. And once again, ShrieK is moving in here with these 2 tanks. Where are his heroes? They are heading across the map. Actually, the Blood Mage is not invisible. there's easily enough mana on those sorceresses. He only needs 50 to cast Hero Invisible. And now StrifeCro is heading back. He's gonna try and kill those tanks, try to catch them on their way. Now invisibility has also been casted on the Blood Mage. So who carries the staff? The Blood Mage has the staff right now. And he decides to immediately staff one of the tanks. He did not pass that staff yet. And actually with all of those units, I think he should just let this tank go down. Because that is a huge army here for the Night Elf player. Charm has gone on one of the breakers, actually one of the units that's going to be most helpful to the Night Elf player here. Silence goes on everything. Another Dragonhawk is going to fall. Let's see this one. He's passing the staff to the Paladin, and this one, this Dragonhawk is saved in time. The tank has gone down though. Once again, silence on all the human heroes. So ShrieK is gonna have to pull back inside his own main base. The towers are still in a nice position. And given the fact that most of his units are unarmored, I think StrifeCro is probably not gonna wanna march into all this piercing damage provided by the guard towers.
Our town is under siege.
So once again, invis on all the heroes. Yeah, invis on all the heroes. The Dark Ranger has one anti-magic potion. Panda is close, really close to level 6. Oh, the one priest here on auto heal probably felt the need to run after this MK, and that's gonna force the Paladin to come out of his invisibility here. So yeah, Breath of Fire. If he does this a couple of times, the towers are gonna fall, and then he's probably going to be able to push inside the space with this army. It's 43 supply against 69. But now the human heroes are getting ready to nuke the Dark Ranger. See, another Breath of Fire goes in here, but at the same time, StrifeCro, yeah, going for hold position here on a bit of a bad spot, since it was still reachable for the Arcane Tower. Oh, the tank did sneak out of the base, and he's gonna keep working on the Night Elf expansion, I'm assuming, and just trying not to miss the nuke on the Dark Ranger here, which is probably gonna occur now. Holy light, something. Silence goes on the human hero, so he's not gonna be able to use the nuke right now, and yeah, he's gonna have to wait for the anti-magic potion to run out. The Blood Mage at the same time has to be staffed, and the Dark Ranger has to take care as well. The Panda is moving to the bottom here. He's not staffing the Dark Ranger. What a mistake here by StrifeCro. Actually, I didn't pay attention if he staffed any unit just before the nuke on the Dark Ranger occurred, but even if he did, it would have been a pretty big mistake here, just due to the fact that it was really obvious that the nuke was gonna come on the Dark Ranger. So that one has gone down, but at the same time the human is losing pretty much all of his units. So 2 Dragonhawks are remaining, as well as 2 heroes, but the level 6 Panda falls as well, level 7, 6 for the MK and Paladin. One more Dryad falls, the bear here, he has one more bolt, so he can kill. Okay, he decides to kill the more healthy bear, and this one gets killed as well. Another little mistake by StrifeCro here, not to slow the Mountain King with one of his Dryads. So yeah, these little mistakes really add up here, and I think StrifeCro so far is just the player who made more of them. So both the heroes are gone. He decides to revive the level 6 Panda instead of the Dark Ranger. I'm guessing a wise choice, since the Dark Ranger isn't really a huge help at the moment, more of a liability. At the same time, the damage output against this tank isn't extraordinarily high, given the fact that there are mostly Dryads remaining.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
So another Moonbell is going to be taken out here. The Paladin sold both of the rings of regeneration, and that is enough gold to get the Blood Mage back once again. And the tank should be staffed here, and that should mean the Tree of Life is gonna fall as well. Let's see, the tank, is he gonna staff it? Yeah, he is staffing it in time. And yet the Night Elf army is so much bigger. Yeah, Divine Shield used, and there is still plenty of heal available on this Paladin, so this Mountain King is not in any kind of trouble. And with these strides, he should be able to kite rather easily, especially since they are magic immune. There is no way they are going to be slowed down, except if a bash occurs from the Mountain King. So 2 Dragonhawks available, 2 heroes, soon a Blood Mage. Okay, Blood Mage is already back, so 3 heroes, 2 Dragonhawks and 1 tank for ShrieK. And 1 sorceress survived. So let's see if he can use that one to cast some more invisibility. So ShrieK, StrifeCro is supply blocked here. He needs to detonate 1 more Wisp, and now he's getting the Dark Ranger back. I'm guessing he needs to, especially keeping in mind that all the items were on the Dark Ranger. She used that anti-magic potion, but her inventory was full. I think there were like a Claws of Attack and 2 Gloves of Haste, and yeah, 2 more items, I think a Circlet and something else. So yeah, that's a lot of gold worth in items on this Dark Ranger.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
The tank is going to take down the last of these buildings on StrifeCro's former expansion. But ShrieK also sold everything except the staff and 1 Boots of Speed. I mean, he never had more, but he sold all the other items. This sorceress is at full mana, so that's 8 times invisibility. And the tank is just marching forward here. He should easily be able to surround this one with those quick Dryads, but then again, the staff being on the Blood Mage should be able to save this tank once again. Yeah, just sneaking around the corner, staffing the tank. There is 3 gold remaining for StrifeCro. And he's hiding this sorceress at the bottom of the map. I mean, this should be pretty important to him. He can't really do anything against this Night Elf army without the element of surprise. Dark Ranger is soon gonna be back. I'm assuming ShrieK, StrifeCro is probably going to move out of his base once the Dark Ranger is back.
I'm here as always.
Yeah, so it's Boots of Speed, 2 Gloves, Claws and Circlet. So let's see if he maybe is gonna sell some of those items just to get another anti-magic potion, maybe an invulnerability potion as well. He decides not to. Let's see, does he see those? He does see them. Does he get... No, he doesn't get the charm on any of those Dragonhawks, at least for now. The sorceress is moving even further across the map. He sees the Night Elf moving to the left side. He's just moving his sorceress to the bottom right corner of the map, but she might get scouted here by this Wisp. And wow, this is so close. So if StrifeCro would see the sorceress, that would yeah, give him a pretty important kill here. As we can see, once again, the human heroes are invisible, casted by the 1 remaining sorceress of ShrieK. And actually, the Panda sold his Staff of Preservation. Didn't notice this earlier on. And all the items have been passed to the Panda, just probably in anticipation of another dead Dark Ranger. He's got 1 bear for rejuvenation.
Our sacred grove is being
So let's see. I'm assuming the nuke is gonna go straight on the Dark Ranger once again. At the same time, the Dragonhawks and the tanks are just taking down building after building of the Night Elf player. I'm assuming the nuke is gonna come in right now. Banish Bolt, Holy Light, 96 HP. Does he get in the back? Rejuvenation, maybe? Silence? He gets silence on all the 3 heroes, so that's as good as it could have gone for StrifeCro. He does get rejuvenation off on his Dark Ranger. He does get silence on all the human heroes. So that wins him some time. The last tower is now going down. At the same time, the sorceress is once again moving, I'm assuming, towards those human heroes to cast invisibility once again. At the same time, the Ancient of Wind is gonna fall here. The Dragonhawks are doing some damage against the Wisps. Where's the sorceress? There's the sorceress. And StrifeCro, knowing that the human heroes are probably on their way back, is heading back towards his base now, to the Moonwest, to once again heal up his Dark Ranger, to probably get another rejuvenation ready on his bear, because there's not enough mana, and he panics, as it seems, and just blindly casts silence into the area here, but he doesn't hit his opponent's heroes, and Banish, Bolt and Holy Light goes on the Dark Ranger once again. Actually, there was some nice anticipation by StrifeCro. Imagine if he had hit this silence on the Mountain King. But he didn't, and that means another time the Dark Ranger falls. Just to those incredible human heroes, level 3 for the Blood Mage due to that. Oops, sorry. And once again, the Sorceress is maneuvering to the very opposite side of the map. Some Wisp Detonate being used here. As we can see, Blood Mage and Paladin are pretty much out of mana. There's one heal remaining, one Banish, and a couple of bolts. But StrifeCro is gonna try and go for the surround. He gets it and he opens it again, but there's stuff on the MK anyways. So could tank a little bit with the Mountain King, pass the staff to the Blood Mage if he wanted to, and then staff the MK out. But he decides not to. And at the same time, once again, the tank is moving in here. There are 6 buildings remaining for the Night Elf player. Dragonhawks are also on their way. But he's taking those lores across the map with his army, as it seems. I'm assuming... Does he see those? Yeah, he sees those, because his opponent has already been revealed quite a while ago. And he's gonna try to catch them on the way. And StrifeCro is gonna have to pull back to those. At least his Panda is now on full mana, and he should be able to use his ultimate if he wanted to. So 4 buildings remaining in the main base. One of the Ancients of Lore is gonna fall here, the second one uprooting. That one is not gonna die anytime soon. So the last Moonwell has gone down. StrifeCro is at 35 out of 0 supply. The peasant's hiding down here. He still has 97 gold. So if necessary, he could still start building a farm down here. Just to be safe from building kill. Or elimination due to building kill. So yes, a Banish Bolt, Siphon mana going on. But the Panda has plenty of mana actually. Still 2 buildings remaining inside StrifeCro's main base. At the same time, it seems like StrifeCro is really hesitating between attacking this base and defending his Ancient of Lore. He decides to once again give a little bit of time to ShrieK to work against this Ancient of Lore, but he's gonna have to pull back immediately right now, because in his main base there's only the altar remaining. The tank is already heading across the map, and the Dragonhawks are gonna take down the altar. So Avatar is being used by the Mountain King here. The Ancient of Lore is pulling back. He's nicely blocking the human away from that one, so the Ancient of Lore is at least gonna survive for a while. Breath of Fire goes on only the Blood Mage here, because the Mountain King is magic immune and the Paladin is invulnerable right now. So Ancient of Lore is being uprooted here, just to get heavy armor instead of fortified against the siege damage of this tank. And the tank might fall here. Let's see if the MK has the staff, so he might be able, yeah, he is able to use that on this tank once again. Let's see, the altar is going to fall right now. Once again, Banish, Bolt and Siphon mana goes on this Panda, and he doesn't even have the mana for his ultimate anymore. So the Panda is once again banished. Can he dispel it maybe? No, he doesn't dispel it. 135 HP for the Panda. Surround attempt with the Wisps. Let's see, does he gets the surround with the Wisps, but the Paladin once again uses the staff. ShrieK is really doing well with his staff management here, and the bolt kills the mountain, kills the Panda. So yeah, ShrieK, by killing these heroes, is able to take StrifeCro out of the match. Sadly, I wasn't able to look up how much supply was remaining for StrifeCro at the end of the match. So despite having all his heroes killed, he had a couple of droids remaining, but probably not enough to keep this Ancient of Lore alive, especially keeping in mind that he was completely out of gold, so no more repair was available, even though he had a couple of Wisps remaining. So yeah, after 50 minutes, ShrieK wins this game. As I mentioned earlier, a couple of more or less little mistakes by StrifeCro really added up here, especially keeping the early mid game in mind, when he was way too aggressive with his strategy choice. I mean, he built this Ancient of Lore and Ancient of Wind before he scouted the tier 2 expansion, so maybe he expected some kind of push by ShrieK, but that's still no reason to commit so much to a really worthless push. Then after he after he did his tech switch to bears, it still didn't look too bad for him, but then he overcommitted on chimeras a little bit, which didn't really pay out for him at all. And in the late game, he just a couple of times did really well with his micro. For example, when he got the silence on all the 3 human heroes, while at the same time getting the rejuvenation on his Dark Ranger. But then again, he made some mistakes, like not staffing his Dark Ranger when it was really obvious that she would die to another human nuke in just a couple of seconds. So I think if a few things had gone a bit differently, StrifeCro could have taken the win here, but like this, ShrieK did it. And yeah, after all, I think a little bit worse than I remembered it to be, a little bit more sloppy micro-wise than I remembered it. But yeah, still a really decent game to watch, so I hope you enjoyed. And bye!